So good morning, it's Sunday, February 2nd. It is Groundhog Day. Pakistani Phil saw his shadow. He says 6 or 10 more weeks or whatever it is of winter. I'm all about it because I prefer cooler temperatures over, sweating and all that stuff. And you stay inside and all that stuff. And we are groundhog strong, so out here doing the grunt work on the streets, and we'll just go with it, on the ground surveillance, whatever you call it, reconnaissance or whatever. I'm not a military person at all, so these are words I never really used in the past, but they come up now. And I feel like talking about my 2011 thing today, so they talk about it so much. But I'm on Arch Street headed east. I was back at Target. I got a little slight laundry haul, food haul. H-A-U-L, not H-A-L-L. And I decided this time around to pick up coffee creamer. I usually get like a non-dairy. And I found, Planet Oatly or whatever is the cheapest. And I've been making my own hot chocolate, which is also good, and I use almond milk for that. But I decided not to buy chocolate chips this time because I, probably had quite a bit of chocolate chip melted down with almond milk and with cinnamon. So this time I'll do a coffee creamer month, I guess. It'll take me use that up. So $4.69. I got some more oranges. I decided to try the Peels, P-E-E-L-Z mandarins. I usually get the 3-pound bag of Good and Gather from Target, but I wanted to try the Peels because they look so good. They're only a 2-pound bag, same price, so there's a pound less, and that's the same, with halos and stuff like that. So you get more at Target for the same price, or if they're on sale, even less. But since I was there and they look so pretty, I'm gonna try them. I still have like 12 mandarins from my Good and Gather bag, and this will add another 12 to 15. So I just keep eating them every day. So I'm reminded of quite a few years, like 5 or 6, when I was a raw vegan green juicer foodie who practiced yoga while also walking dogs and everything. It's like being on someone else's program, kind of. I'm glad I did that because I think I was, obsessively trying to keep it together, if you will, amongst serious harassment at the level of which, someday I expect to be recognized for what happened and rewarded. I actually do expect that at this point in time. Some see it as attempted murder because that's how it kicked off. And even my mom and aunt's phone lines in Jacksonville, Florida were severed to add to the horror. So anyway, and death by 10,000 cuts, we were talking, are you kidding? It was crazy. So crazy making. The thing is, if someone like me, way down here, in regular land tries to describe it, or in the past would try to describe it to people, I felt like I'd be laughed out of the room or whatever, or you're crazy. Are you paranoid? Do you think everybody's after you? That kind of thing. That's a very, 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 very ancient, archaic, and old school theory. And people in the know that someone can be chosen, selected, picked to be driven crazy, or to look like, you're kind of driven, you're like trying to make it through each day, like this is crazy, whatever it is. It's like dialing up the pressure on the atmosphere It's a pressure cooker, turning the screws. There are lots of terms for this. Thank God, even in old days, there are stories like turning the screw. It's the Carrie movie, and Carrie's not a problem. In the movie, they made her seem like a sort of like a psychic medium type, highly sensitive person who, felt every jab that someone, all the laughing, but all those people against one person. And, it is as bad as the movie. And in fact, like in the movie, they decide to choose her as homecoming queen, and then they drop pig's blood on her when she's up on the stage with the homecoming king. So can you imagine the humiliation, the exploitation, just everything, and then also, which is interesting, and I felt like Harry every day. I'm like, this is whack, whatever it is, and I'm a normal person trying to live my life. Anyway, interestingly, in the Palisades fire, guess what caught on fire and burned down forever? The gymnasium and the school where Carrie was filmed. Whoa, how do you like them apples? Who's trying to say something? I'm here peeling oranges every day. Over 500, maybe 600 by now. I just keep buying oranges for, breakfast, like 2 meals a day. I have like 3 or 4. I just eat oranges all day. So Edward, here as a SEPTA conductor. Anyway, I was told, and someone gave me the idea, get mandarins and start dipping those things in dark chocolate hummus. Yeah. I was like, what's it mean to have oranges? And it sounds really good. Like, the food industry wanted people to like more oranges back in the day when they made those chocolate orange balls. Remember those chocolates that look like oranges, like the wrapper looked like an orange? And it's in like a square cube box. And it was just chocolate. There was no orange flavor or anything. Some chocolate does have an orange flavor or little orange specks inserted. Anyway, but the thing would be, this looks so pretty, I totally want a chocolate orange. And then you realize it's totally chocolate, and it's like, now I want an orange. Like, it kind of had that magic attached to it, where you're like, all of a sudden you want to eat a real orange instead of a whole big round piece of chocolate. That I think it was sectioned out, so every slice looked like an orange. And I think that's interesting. So that a chocolate that was made to look like an orange made people want to eat oranges. So anyway. Just crossed over 18th, headed towards 17th. That's the Comcast Center 1, the original Comcast building. Just behind me here, that's Comcast Center 2 with the zigzag design. That's the BNY building behind the church there, but it's like, across the other side of JFK Boulevard is behind all this. That building there that's like got a point on it here, like a major antenna.